You guys can hear us, okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Are you ready to proceed?
Yep, officers are walking in right now, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. McKenzie? I'm Officer Chalmers.
Officer, do we have Ms. McKenzie here?
Yes, we do, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. McKenzie, please say your full name.
Deja Desiree McKenzie.
Ms. McKenzie, I'm Magistrate at Check there. Your case, criminal case number is 822272414002. Ms. McKenzie, you are defendant two in this case. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Right, on behalf of Mr. McKenzie, Your Honor, waive the reading standing rights.
She's been read her constitutional rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 14, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 21st, 2025. Both matters are in person, 9 o'clock at the Plymouth Township District Courthouse. Understand that, Ms. McKenzie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Officer, can you tell me in reference to Ms. McKenzie, does she have any assaultive cases pending or convictions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything else this court needs to be aware of regarding Ms. McKenzie?
No, ma'am.
Okay, with that being said, charges non-assaultive from 2022. Counselor Reagan, you're going to be asking for a personal bond. Anything else the court needs to be aware of?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, bond in this case is going to be $10,000 personal bond. Ms. McKenzie, please take care of your matter, go to court and handle it. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, that concludes your arraignment. Thank you, Plymouth. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. You as well.
Thank you. You too. Give me a few minutes and then we're gonna start doing
Just give me 5 minutes.
DDC.
Give me 5 minutes, we'll be ready.
Okay, 5 minutes it is.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
Good. We're gonna start in a few minutes.
Okay, what time do you start the out counting?
Out County? We start as soon as we get here, the Out County. Sometimes
Really?
it takes us longer, sometimes it doesn't, because we're dealing with various district court, police departments and district courts. They have to have all the paperwork ready. Sometimes we have to chase somebody so we can do the probable cause. This one that you saw, it was just an arraignment. So,
Boy, that's a lot.
yes, that is.
Well, I'm going to be brief today.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
sir. No drinking. They're in the driving. No behavior, no ammo. I'll tell you. Yep. It's Dixon. It's done. Yes. I got one. Done. Items. Those are. Hmm. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I need to check on Damon Beeson.
Who?
Yeah, what's count two is a misdemeanor.
Yes,
Count one is CCW.
right.
Would that go to Jack Robbins? I need to check that.
I think, it's been both sides.
Let me see.
When there's a misdemeanor, second one, it goes to Robbins, but then other times it doesn't. So I'm not exactly sure.
Let me go look at it.
Okay.
I'll be right
So-
back.
Mm. 148. You ready?
Ready, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, I got busy. I got busy for DDC. So is somebody on with DDC?
Yeah, so I said they just finishing up, I think.
Oh, they're just finishing up. Okay. Didn't you just say 5 minutes?
Well, that was for me, I did 5 minutes.
Ah, all right.
Morning, Mr. Reagan.
Mr. Wagner, to you.
How are you?
How you doing this morning?
Okay, so I've worked out an arrangement with the magistrate that you only get 30 seconds per defendant.
I'm only gonna need 10. Personal bond for everybody, maybe 5. That's all I need. All I need. Let's see. I'm sure I got everybody. Amen.
Council Reagan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Claudia. They've indicated as soon as they're finished the interview process, then we can start the arraignment. So we just have to wait Thank you, Miss Claudia. I'm gonna see if I can do 1 and 3 first. You I'm in court. What's going on? You okay? Okay. You gonna stay there for a couple days or just 1 day, just tonight? Oh, you're at the hospital. Okay? Okay. Okay. Yeah, bye. Claudia, I'm being told that it's snowing outside.
Yeah, I looked on my rain for a bit, I saw.
So first, be careful.
Yeah.
DC, good afternoon. Good afternoon. DDC, are you ready to proceed? Good afternoon. DDC, are you ready to proceed? Miss Claudia,
Yes.
did you hear what DDC said
When?
when they turned on their volume, when they unmuted?
No,
No?
what they say?
Council Reagan,
Yes, Your Honor.
you know whether or not everybody's been interviewed?
Mm-mm.
No?
Yeah. Hold on.
Who's doing the interviewing?
Hmm,
Who's doing the interviewing?
Ms. Roberts.
Okay,
No, okay.
thank you.
I'm sorry, y'all, I thought you was on camera.
DDC officer, you're not coming in clear, at least
So
from
they
my
told us camera 3
standpoint.
don't work. They told us that the video don't work. It works?
All right,
Okay,
I'll
okay.
call you on camera 3. DDC, can you hear me?
Yeah, no.
Okay, can you bring in 1 and 3, Mr. Prophet and Mr. Canty? So the gentleman, we only do 1 at a time. The gentleman right there who has number 13 on his sweatshirt. What's your name, sir?
Malik Prophet.
Mr. Prophet, this magistrate at shut there. Your case number is 150-5609-801. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Samuel A. Ragland, P 157 on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Okay.
on behalf of Mr. Prophet, waiver and immunity's been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 12, 2024, February 12, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 19, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Jefferson, Mr. Prophet, and Counsel Reagan and Counsel Ragnan. Counsel Ragnan, this is a capias. February 23rd, 2015, a warrant was issued for Mr. Prophet, failed to appear at prior hearing. It was a remand status. Court doesn't have the authority to change that remand status.
Okay, Your Honor, it is a 2015
Thank you,
case.
Mr.
Yeah,
Prophet. Okay, your attorney will have, whoever your attorney is, your attorney of record will have the chance to go in front of Judge Jefferson before your court dates if they wish to change your bond amount.
Judge, I'm gonna.
Status, you understand that?
Yes.
I'm gonna relook at
Okay,
this
Counsel
tomorrow,
Reagan,
Judge.
go ahead.
Yeah, Judge, I'm gonna relook at this tomorrow because I understand the court doesn't have any authority, but his next court date is to the 12th. This is a rematch. It doesn't get a redetermination, I understand. So I'm gonna look into this tomorrow, first thing, to try to see if we can get this resolved definitely before the 12th, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Prophet. You can step aside.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Brandon Canty.
The Brandon Cortez Canty, sir.
Oh, yes, yes, ma'am, I apologize, yes.
Thank you, sir. Your case, this is Magistrate Chapter. Your case number is 250-552-9401. You have an attorney. Go ahead, Counsel Reagan.
I get on behalf of Mr. Canty, Your Honor, waiver of reading stamp, he's been advised of his rights, Judge.
Mr. Canty, I'm gonna, court dates are February 11, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 18, 2025. Those matters are in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Canty, some options. One is you're not to go back to the Southfield residence, and you're not to have contact with these individuals. Kajir Ford, Yvette Ford, Nakia Gibson, Navia Gibson. When I say no contact with those individuals, that means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Do you understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I will also indicate on January 27, 2025, a warrant was issued for your arrest. You failed to appear. This court doesn't have the authority to modify that felony capias bond, sir. So you are going to have another court date, and that will be February 4th, 2025. It's Tuesday, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConnell. Look at the bond amount and bond conditions. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And Counsel Ragnan, I understand that you don't appear for felony capias cases,
Well,
correct?
you know, Your Honor, we are now. So it's been changed, but
We are now.
I have nothing to add.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you. That concludes. Thank you. You step aside. DDC, we can go down the list.
I thought he was going down.
Go down the list. Your name, sir?
Paul Wesley Coburn.
Mr. Colvin, I'm Magistrate Chartea. You're here in a criminal matter, case number 230-4419. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Bring it on behalf of Mr. Colburn, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is February 10th, 2025. Pre-trial in front of Judge Austin Garrett. Mr. Colburn, let me tell you some bond conditions. One, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. Two, you're not to go back to the former residence. And three, you're not to have contact with Yolanda Lewis and Corinne Colburn. When I say no contact, that means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Do you understand those bond conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, Council Ragnan, this is from 2022, which is more than 2 years ago. Go ahead, as to bond recommendation.
People are asking for a $50,000 personal bond, but we're asking for a tether as with curfew. And the reason we're asking for that tether, I don't know what's happened in the last 2 years. We haven't heard anything, so probably it's not warranted, but it's very assaultive when he's pointing a fist at his daughter and threatening the daughter, taking his son, who's 10 years old, and throwing him in a room. And then when the 12-year-old daughter broke the TV, he said, I could whip you and hit you in the head and you'd probably be dead. So he's charged with abuse of fourth-degree abuse, Your Honor, and I think that's besides punching the mother multiple times in the face. Thank you. I think he's a danger to the family. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Reagan, go ahead.
Yeah, Judge, he hasn't seen them since 2022. There's a PPO, and that's one of the reasons he hadn't seen them. So he hasn't gone and has no violation of that PPO. I'm asking for the personal. I don't think the tether is necessary. He hasn't seen them, doesn't know what's going on with them. So I think that's best at this time. So I just asked the court to give a personal bond without the tether.
Thank you. Court's heard the representations, both sides. Court's going to grant a $50,000 personal bond. Court is not going to do GPS tether because court hasn't heard any new information to place him on a GPS tether. That
Thank
concludes
you.
the arraignment of Mr. Colburn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Damon Deason.
Is it Damian Keith Deason?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. Damon Keith Deason.
Thank you, sir. I'm Magistrate Chartea. You hear a criminal matter. Case number is 250-556-1701, sir. You have defense counsel. Go ahead, Counsel Reagan.
Bring it on behalf of Mr. Deason, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 11, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 18, 2025. Both matters are going to front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Deason, let me tell you some bond conditions. One, you're not to possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons, and you're not to drive any automobiles or any other mini bikes, motorcycles without a valid driver's license. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
With that being said, Counsel Ragnan, recommendation?
People are asking for a $10,000 personal bond, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Deason, while this case is pending, you're going to get a $10,000 personal bond. Court is adopting that recommendation. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Conclude your arraignment, sir. You can step aside. What's your name, sir?
Damon Miller.
Is it Damon Gerard Miller?
Yes, ma'am. Damon Gerard Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. I'm Magistrate Chartea here at criminal matter. Case number is 250-5561. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Bring it on behalf of Mr. Miller, Your Honor, waive the formal reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 12, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 19, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Jefferson. Mr. Miller, let me tell you some bond conditions. One is you're not to have any contact with the complainant, Romney or Romy Hall. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, as well as you're not to go to the Strathmore residence. while this case is pending. Do you understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel Ragnan, give me a recommendation, please.
People are asking for $10,000 cash surety bond. If they're able to post a bond, we're asking for a tether with a curfew. Your Honor, the defendant, who is the son of the landlord, went down and tried physically, along with another man, try to put her out.
I got that part. Tell me what I don't know.
I have nothing more to tell you. You don't
Okay,
know.
so he doesn't have any priors, pending cases, anything that you're aware of?
Controlled substance 7411. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank
He
you.
lives upstairs, so I'd like no contact, or I'd like him not to be in the same building, if that's what's still going on.
Okay, well, from what I understand is the complaint resides at Strathmore. So he's not to go back to that residence. So you want a $10,000 cash surety and you want GPS tether and curfew,
I would-
correct?
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Okay, Counsel Reagan?
Judge, I'm just asking for the personal bond. I think Mr. Miller actually owns that property. Do you own that property, Mr. Miller, on Strathmore?
Yes, my wife owned the property.
So his wife owns, so Judge, I think he went to legally evict someone the other, on Friday with the bonds person, and this, they brought this old case back up from October. So yeah, he's not, but he won't have contact while this case is pending. The person's probably gone anyway because they got legally evicted. But no
So,
contact. while this
Was the, okay, Counsel Reagan, was there a legal eviction? Simply because I'm asking, this is from October 2024, a few months ago.
Back in October, Judge, it's my understanding that the complaining witness's roommate let my client in. So it wasn't my client was home invading, but as of this past Friday, it's my understanding that there was a legal eviction done this past week. Maybe that's why this just got brought back up and signed today, or maybe in the prosecutor's, hindsight, because complaint was upset again because they got legally evicted. That's just my understanding.
I don't think you can just go in and evict someone with a gun sitting in your belt and threatening them, like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that
I
was
see.
allegedly back in October 24. If they've been legally evicted, that's fine. However, but Mr. Miller, and what I understand, this belongs to his father or mother. However, he is a landlord's son, whatever it is, he's not to go back to that location or have contact with the complainant in this matter. No
That's right.
firearms. Anything else you want to add, Counsel
No.
Ragnan?
And no, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, $25,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Any violations, sir? Next time it will be a monetary bond. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that concludes your arraignment. You can step aside.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Javante Alexander, ma'am.
Is it Javante Capri Alexander?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I'm Magistrate Charte here in a criminal matter, sir. Your case number is 250-556-1401. You do have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Reagan, on behalf of Mr. Alexander, waive the reading stamp duty. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 19, 2025. Okay, sir, you understand bond condition, the court dates, right?
Yes, ma'am. 12 and the 15th.
Yep, February 12th and February 19th,
Oh,
the 12th and the 19th.
yes, ma'am.
Both matters in front of Judge Jefferson. Mr. Alexander, bond conditions. There's no assault or combative behavior on your part, and there's no driving of any motor vehicles without a valid driver's license. You understand that?
You on?
Okay. Counsel, give me a recommendation, please.
People are
Tell me
asking for
what I don't
25.
know.
I'm just asking for $25,000 personal bond. Thank you.
No objection.
All right. Mr. Alexander, you're getting a $25,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
That concludes your arraignment. You can step aside, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Christopher William Mayer.
Mr. Merritt, I'm magistrate at WHAP there. You're hearing a criminal matter, case number 250-556-1501, sir. You do have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Deliberating on behalf of Mr. Merritt, waive the reading, stand mute. Been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 11, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 18, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Shakay. Mr. Merritt, let me tell you some bond conditions. One, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. Two, you're not to have any contact with a Janet Curry. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Three, you're not to go back or go to the complainant, Ms. Curry's residence in the city of Detroit. Do you understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Counsel Ragnan, give me a recommendation, please.
Well, Your Honor, people are asking for a $50,000 personal bond. We're also asking for a tether with curfew. If we weren't able to get the tether, we certainly would be asking for a cash bond. Situation is it's backed up by a witness who saw the defendant sitting on top of the complaining witness with a gun pointed at her. There's a video showing the entire incident, which shows him knocking the complaining witness down, then getting on top of her and pointing a gun at her for a few minutes at that time. So, Your Honor, strong case, but as long as you get a tether, he can still go to work and no contact. Thank you.
Go ahead, Counsel Reagan.
So Judge, he works as a security guard. So she came up to his job. He filed 2 police reports before she came to his job that day. She attacked him that day at his job. He also filed a PPO against her. He was, I believe, maybe trying to sit on her to make her wait to the police came. I think that, but he never pointed his gun. His gun never came off, and the video is going to show that the gun never came out. Now she has been threatening him, making threats, threatening to have people come and do harm to him. But this happened at his job, Judge. He was working as a security guard.
Okay.
So,
Counsel Reagan,
yeah.
if somebody comes in front of me and they're yelling at me and they're saying all sorts of things to me, I can't pull out a firearm because I don't like what they're saying.
Right.
But
he didn't do that either.
all these are allegations, and you're asking for a personal bond, correct?
That's it, Judge. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Okay.
Mr. Wagner,
And what's your standing on the GPS?
If he went to her house or if he was going to her, then he doesn't want to have contact. He has a PPO he's filed against. He's called police on her, so I don't think a tether's necessary because he's not going near her, Judge.
Okay, and police was called, police report was made by the complaint. At least both of them, they called the police. And both made a report. However, what I see here in the investigators report, these allegations about a surveillance video, in which it appears that your client, Mr. Merrick, is following behind Ms. Curry. She walks to a vehicle first. He's following her. He's observed shoving her with his shoulder, knocking her to the ground. Allegedly, he indicated that there was a knife or sharp object. None was observed. Her hands were open, empty. Okay. She attempted to get back on her feet. There was nothing that was observed that she was reaching for Mr. Merrick's hip. He unholstered his weapon, pointed it at her, allegedly for several minutes, pushed her down on the ground when she tried to get up. He eventually holsters his firearm, let her get up and go to her vehicle and leave. Initially, he had said something that when he made a report to the police is that he works as an armed security guard. She was causing a scene. She began assaulting him by slapping him, punching him with a closed fist in his face and chest. He reported that she had a knife she swung at him, and when she swung at him, he had no choice but retrieve his firearm and pointed at her while he waited for the police. those are two different stories. Those are all allegations in this particular matter. Okay. Whether Mr. Merrick works as a security guard or not, he is not allowed to have any firearms at all, period. You understand that, Mr. Merrick?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that includes, so you understand, that includes any pepper sprays, any tasers, any brass knuckles.
What did you say, brass knuckles?
Okay,
Yes.
brass knuckles, no pepper spray, no tasers.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Council Ragnan, what was your recommendation? You said you wanted a monetary bond with a GPS tether.
Well, initially I didn't say that, but I do want a monetary bond, Your Honor.
Okay, but you also said you would not object to a personal bond if you had a GPS tether. Am I
With
correct?
Correct, with curfew, correct.
Okay, with curfew. Okay. And Council Reagan, you wanted a personal bond, period.
I didn't want a personal bond because I didn't feel like he was a threat to her, Judge, based on the write-up, Judge. So, yeah, I just wanted personal.
Okay, based on the write-up, it appears that Mr. Merrick, he is a danger for use clear convincing evidence standard, but because it appears to me there are two stories that are coming from Mr. Merritt that they may be in sync, they may not be. The court was not there. But what we are going to do is that because he did call the police, okay, Council Ragnan, does he have anything else? Any assaultive other cases, pending cases, convictions?
I don't know that I know.
Okay, so Mr. Mayor, what this is going to happen, we're going to give you a $50,000 personal bond. Okay, it does appear that you have some ties to the community. Okay, but you're not going to be able to have any type of firearm. You understand that? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
$50,000 personal bond. Okay, I don't see you so much. I do see you as a danger. However, I also see you that you're here to stay and you're calling the police. Okay, now whether or not you lied to the police, I don't know, but I'm going to give you a $50,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Okay. I don't see you as a flight risk, so that's why I'm not going to put a GPS tether. If you are sane or you direct somebody else to have contact with the complaint in this matter, then, sir, you're going to be looking at a monetary bond, okay, along with other bond conditions. Do you understand what I've said so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now let me also say this. If the complainant wants to talk to you, you have the option not to talk. You walk away. If somebody's calling you up by phone and it happens to be the complainant, you hang up, you don't answer it. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, did you have any questions about your bond conditions or your court dates?
What's my court date, Your Honor, for this still matter?
Okay, February 11th, February 18th.
Okay, that's it. That's nothing.
Thank you. Councilor Ragnar, did you want to place anything on the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. All right, you can step aside. Oh, he did. All right, the gentleman, what's your name, sir?
Ernest James Williams.
Mr. Williams, I'm magistrate at Chutdasser. You're here on a criminal matter. Case number is 250-5562001, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Right, on behalf of Mr. Williams, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 11, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 18, 2025, both matters in front of Judge Shakay. All right, Mr. Williams, let me tell you some bond conditions. One is you're not to have any contact with the complainant, Carrie Crump. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms, and you are not to go back to the Bentler residence where allegedly you reside with the complaint. Do you understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Council Reagan, does he need a police escort?
Judge, you guys don't live there. You don't live, do you?
Yes.
You do? Yeah, so Judge, he would need a one-time police escort.
Okay. All right, Mr. Williams, you're gonna get a one-time opportunity to go to the residence with a police escort. That means you can't show up there by yourself. You have to go there with the police to get some of your belongings. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that being said, Council Ragland, give me a recommendation, please.
Oh, Your Honor, it's got quite a history. We're gonna be asking for $50,000 other curfew, Your Honor. The robbery was he took money out of her hand or out of her place where they were. If they hit her multiple times with closed fist. Then took the money and went and bought liquor on it, came back, pushed her down again several times. And then the police arrived to arrest him. He's got multiple convictions. He's a HAB-4, B&E, police assault, resisting on 2519, fraud. Number of retail frauds. He's got the interference, electronic information or device, I guess it is. He's got a DV from 11425 in district court. But, well, wait a minute.
Is that a conviction?
No, Your Honor, that was not a conviction. Fine. I don't think it's. He's also, but a 91024, he's got larceny, $200 or more, interfering with a crime report. But Your Honor, I think that this situation, looking at it straight, I think that personal bond would be sufficient, but I also think a tether with a curfew and no contact from him living in a different location would be appropriate.
Okay, can you tell me, what did you say about personal bond?
I asked for $50,000 personal bond, but a tether with a curfew.
Okay,
Thank you.
so Council Reagan, you're not objecting to the personal bond, correct?
No, I'm not, Judge.
Okay, give me your status, your point, your position on GPS tether.
Judge, this happened over on Bentler. I didn't realize that they were still together, but I would ask if you tell them no contact, Judge. I do understand priors from 07, 19, and 12, but I just think that if you say no contact, he's going to abide by the orders. I don't have a reason to think that he would not abide by it. So, Judge, I'm asking for personal without a tether, Judge.
Okay. Another bond condition is there's no drinking of alcoholic beverages. It appears that he had to go to the Detroit Receiving Hospital for alcohol clearance. So it sounds like that there may have been some alcohol involved. Council Reagan, does he work?
Judge, he is currently not working. He's waiting on his SSI right now.
Okay. So he's going to get a $50,000 personal bond. He's going to be placed on a GPS tether house arrest. The court does believe that he is a danger, but I think that can be controlled with a GPS tether. For him to know that he's on that tether, the court is tracking him. So he goes anywhere, or if he's drinking when he shouldn't be drinking, then he knows that his bond can be violated. His bond amount can change. Do you understand that, Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you got a $50,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay for you to get out of jail. However, you are going to be placed on a GPS tether house arrest. Once you get out, okay, you got to have that tether on. Do you understand that?
Okay, I'm gonna be at the shelter.
All right, then you can house arrest at a shelter.
Yeah, I guess so, cause I'm with my brother, I'm with my brother out.
Okay. You're gonna be, you have to be GPS tether, house arrest. You can be at a shelter or another residence, another location.
Okay.
But you cannot go back to the Butler residence.
Right. Unless I police, escort.
So may he have a one-time escort, Judge, to get his items, one-time escort?
Yes, he has a one-time opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
What was that?
The court dates you need, February 11th and February 18th. February 11th and February 18th. Sir, what's your name? Gentleman at DDC?
It's Lincoln.
Sir, I'm Magistrate Chartea, Mr. Link, and it is Dennis Frederick Link, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your case number is 250-55-62101. Sir, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Paid on behalf of Mr. Link, Judge Wade, the written stand muted, been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 11, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 18, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Shakay. Mr. Link, let me tell you some bond conditions. You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You're not to have any contact with a Paris Henry. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact to third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging, and you're not to go near or approach Miss Henry's residence here in the state of Michigan. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Council Ragland, go with your recommendation, please.
People are
Know
asking
that
for-
I did read the allegations in the investigator's report, so please give me recommendation.
Very serious matter, Your Honor. As you know, we're asking for $2 million cash surety bond. He's able to post a bond. We're asking for a tether with home arrest. He shot her in the stomach. And then from the jail, he called his mother and said, tell the complaining witness not to say anything to the police about it. Just a terrible, terrible situation, extreme danger. He supposedly was discharged from parole on 9/14/25 for home invasion first and unlawful driving away a motor vehicle. But I think a $2 million bond is necessary for someone to do this or allegedly do this.
Thank you. Dr. Reagan, go ahead.
Judge, you may know this young lady denies shooting her whatsoever. Did encounter her possibly earlier that night at a hotel, but did not shoot her. He is on parole, Judge, now. He was arrested, I guess, Judge, at the hospital downtown trying to help, if anything. So, I mean, I don't know all the logistics of everything that happened, but I'm sure it's going to come out once the discovery comes out. Right now, no contact with this person. His parole hasn't been violated, Judge, to my knowledge. So he's being monitored. So I don't think he's a flight risk. He just won't have any contact with the complaining witness at this time, Judge. I just want this case to just play itself out. Let the facts happen as they may happen. We're just at arraignment right now, and we're in the early stage, Ron.
Thank you. Court's heard the representations. Court uses clear and convincing evidence standard when it's entertaining a monetary bond. Part of this was at the MGM Casino, self-parking garage location. And supposedly, there's surveillance video. It shows that the defendant is forcibly pulling the victim out of the elevator after she ran away. Also shows that the defendant is dragging the victim back to the motor vehicle. But what is my understanding is he did take Miss Henry to the hospital, to the VA hospital, but he gave a statement, allegedly, all these are allegations, that he heard a noise coming from the victim's car, stopped in front of an abandoned house in a residential area. And then while he was standing outside the vehicle, the victim was shot. He didn't get further description of the suspect nor the area that he and the victim were in. After reading all that, we started off with a personal bond basis, using clear and convincing evidence standard. This court does find that Mr. Link is a danger. This court is going to adopt the recommendation of $2 million cash surety with a GPS tether, house arrest. Further, this is, the court believes this is unaffordable. So that means he's going to get another court date for this Tuesday, which is February 4th, 2025, 9 o'clock, in front of Judge McConigal or Judge Williams, we'll look at the bond amount and bond conditions. So, Mr. Link, so you understand, there will be another court date if you cannot make that $2 million cash surety bond, and I don't think you can, but I could be wrong. But if you can't, you got another court date where somebody else is gonna look at your bond amount and bond conditions. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Council Ragland, did you want to add anything else?
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
And Council Reagan, did you want to add anything else?
Oh, Your Honor.
That concludes Mr. Link's arraignment.
Okay.
DDC, I'll see you on the female side, sir.
Okay, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hey, let me get a question. You wanna go check it out on the plans,
That's Claudia. I didn't write down for Mr. Williams, robbery unarmed. Do you recall what the bond amount was?
50,000.
Was that a personal?
Yeah, tether house
Okay.
arrest.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Then one go in the room, one go in the bed.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Kateria Johnson.
And do you have a middle name of Kian or Cayenne?
Say it again.
Middle name.
What's your middle name?
Cayenne, I apologize.
That's all right. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. I'm magistrate at Chapter. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 250-5561901, ma'am. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
President, on behalf of Ms. Johnson, Your Honor, waive the reading of stem mute, she's been advised of her rights.
When entered plea of not guilty, court dates are February 12, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 19, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Taylor. Understand those court dates, ma'am?
You was talking so fast, I'm sorry.
All right, listen to me, and the officers are taking the information. February 12th, February 19th, Judge Taylor. Understand those court dates?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
okay, all right. Counsel Ragnan, charge is non-assaultive. It's from December 17, 2024. She has local ties. Give me your recommendation.
People are asking for a $15,000 personal bond, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, Ms. Johnson, you're gonna get a $15,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court and handle your matter. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. You can step aside.
Y'all have a great day.
Yeah.
ma'am. What's your name, ma'am?
Angel Lynn Swift.
Thank you, Ms. Swift. Our magistrate, Charte, you hear criminal matter. Case number is 250-5561601, ma'am. You have an attorney, Counsel Reagan.
Right, on behalf of Ms. Swift, waive the reading, stand mute. She's been advised of her rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 12, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, February 19, 2025. These both matters are in front of Judge Taylor. Do you understand the court dates, ma'am?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Swift, let me tell you some bond conditions, ma'am. You're not to go back to the Cruz residence. You're not to possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. You're not to have contact with Kanique Jordan. When I say no contact, that means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Do you understand those bond
Okay.
conditions, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Counsel Reagan, not Counsel Reagan, Counsel Reagan, does she need a police escort?
Ms. Swift, do you need a one-time escort to get any belongings?
No,
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Counsel Reagan, recommendation, please.
Well, I have a few recommendations, Your Honor. The first one is I'm asking for a $5,000 personal bond in this matter. This is the grandmother of the children that the complaining witness has. The home is Miss Swift's home. I understand there's no priors in this situation, so my guess that a thought might be for a non-violent contact, no violent contact. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Mr. Reagan?
I concur with Mr. Ragnan, Judge. He's very wise in what he says. He's, so I.
Oh, okay, so Counsel Ragnan, remember this. You're very wise. You're a very wise individual.
Well, with that, I'll take a coffee, Mr. Reagan. Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think, I don't know.
All right,
maybe-
$5,000 personal bond, no assaultive behavior or
Right.
assaultive contact with the complainant. What else?
That's all. So, if someone obviously, they get in an argument, she needs to walk away. So.
Okay,
Call
do
Mr.
you want her to
Reagan.
go back to the residence or no?
Yes,
Yes.
just no assaultive contact. Yes, just gonna walk away.
So, I mean, if she thinks she can be there without having a problem, then I would say let's
I'm
do it.
asking you for your recommendation, so, all right,
That's my recommendation.
okay. All right, so it changes, Ms. Swift. No assaultive contact, that means you can talk to her, but you can't yell at her, you can't intimidate her, you can't get aggressive with her. Do you understand that?
I absolutely do.
Okay, and you also understand that the recommendation is that you can go back to the residence.
I absolutely do.
understand that
Thank
part?
you. Yes, I
Okay,
do.
so you can go back to the residence. No assaultive contact, okay. And however, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. Do you understand that?
Definitely. Yes.
Okay, all right. Then that concludes your arraignment, $5,000 personal bond, which I know that Counsel Reagan is not objecting to.
No, Your Honor.
You said
Thank you.
personal bond?
Yes.
That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. It's a personal bond,
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
okay? Go to court, handle your matter, ma'am.
Yep, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, thank you, DDC.
Everybody have a great rest of the weekend.
Reagan, have a good evening.
Everybody have a good
Ragnan,
night.
have a great one, Mr. Ragnan. Your Honor, have a great.
And Your Honor.
Remember,
always
Mr.
nice
Reagan,
seeing you.
today you are a wise man.
Remember
You
that.
never put any limitations. You're a
Thank you,
wise
Claudia.
man.
Claudia, thank you. and
Okay, and
Madam
just
Clerk.
remember, he didn't put me down as a wise person. He
You are
put you
wise.
down.
I know
You're
you are the wisest of us all.
wise.
No, I don't think so, but
I
anybody,
do.
everybody have a good day.
Have a great one.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.